How many players does Forge of Empires have? Susanne asks, and she's not the first, how many players does Forge of Empires have? A first look on German Wikipedia says 59 million players. That is fantastic! The English Wikipedia only refers to 200 million players for all InnoGames products in total. Wikipedia refers for that number to the InnoGames website in the version of February 10th, 2017. This is a good reference for an encyclopedia. Then I follow the reference and look on the InnoGames website. There they now say 50 million players. Someone already adjusted this a bit to a slightly smaller number, but this is not an important difference. By the way, the English version of the InnoGames website says exactly the same. In the gaming industry, it is absolutely common that such numbers just indicate the number of people from whom they collected an email address once. This does not mean that such an user was active for more than just 5 minutes or that they still play today. For a reasonable response, we need a more reliable source. Just asking InnoGames is impossible as they refused an interview. But we will investigate this. Luckily, there is ForgeDB, the database with all statistics of all players of all countries and all servers. The first interesting information there is a list of countries having servers for Forge of Empires. As usual with Forge of Empires, the beta server is counted as an individual country. For each of these countries, the totals of all servers can be retrieved, just as shown here for the United States. Then you can see mainly two important numbers: the number of active players and the number of inactive players of all servers of the United States. This request I then made for all countries to show it on this single page. Now you can see there are currently 881,423 active players plus 3.6 million inactive players. These are spread over 186 servers for 25 countries. These are very impressive numbers. Interesting that InnoGames managed to make the USA the second biggest community very close to their home country Germany, followed by France, Great Britain and Russia. Germany, having the biggest community of FoE players, also explains why my German channel is more successful than this English channel. But this can change one day. Looking at the Forge Spoil event or the Sakayavea historical questline, you can already see how important the US market is for InnoGames. Also, the number of servers emphasizes this. The USA have a little less players than Germany, but they have many more servers. InnoGames obviously expects a big growth in that market. Looking on the names of the US servers, players from other countries can see how their future servers will be named, if there will be another server added. The servers usually get the same names in all countries. Let us take a detailed look on the servers in the United States and Great Britain, which is positioned as being the international server. Very interesting to see that on the US server, 3 out of 4 active players fight, while on the international server, negotiating in the guild expedition and on the province maps is much more popular. In both groups, the US and the international, more than 50% of all players are not member of a guild. I assume that not many of them are active players. Congratulations to Paltitude from the US server Aberhall, and he is the player with most points across all US servers. Also congratulations to Track 13 from Feldrengier for rank 1 across all international servers. Astonishing that on the international server the leader is not coming from the oldest server. Based on the prestige, the guild Sanctuarium from the server Quanria is the best US guild. On the international servers, this is the black market from the server James. Especially Sanctuarium is coming from a relatively young server. Very impressive. Measuring guilds based on the sum of their members, then on the US servers, the guild The Collective is ranked top. On the international servers, Lords of War 1K is number 1. The ranking on the top grade buildings does not need to be commented. You can discuss long if it really makes sense to raise the level of an arc so much beyond 80, but if you have an idea what it means to climb only one level for an arc above level 100, then you should be impressed what Neutral Fool and Adonexus did. Fantastic!